Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of your female-centric program, Up You with Ezine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please settle in. We are sorry we ran a little bit late today. Technology has a way of dealing with you when you least expect it. Yes,
Tell
yes,
me
yes.
about
Good
it.
morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello there. Greetings, wonderful Up You community. Welcome to another edition of your favorite female-centric program, Up You with Ezine. How you all doing? This is our first for the month of December. Yippee! Okie dokie. So how you all doing? I hope that you're all doing all you can to wrap up the year very nicely. You deserve it. You deserve it because you've worked extremely hard this year. So you deserve to wrap up in praise. You deserve to wrap up in praise. So, and to also end very confidently. It's good to end the year on a very confident and hopeful note. Yes. So today we are starting a new series to wrap the year, but also to ginger us to step into 2024 and own it from day one, and be able to run with it. And this is what we're doing to help you to cultivate a key ingredient that you need, and that is also required for a successful life. It's the Up You Are, and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinek Frekanem, and I'm your host. The topic today is confidence building, navigating life's challenges with poise. Mm, navigating life's challenges with poise. And for you to do that, you need confidence. Yes. So, dear woman, did you know that confidence is a key that unlocks doors of opportunities and opens up a world of possibilities? Do you have this key? Would you like to have this key? Is confidence your guide? Do you trust your abilities? Do you have faith in your journey? Can you navigate life and its challenges with poise? In today's discussion, we will explore the concept of confidence, what it is and what it's not, why we should cultivate it, and how you should put it to use for your advantage. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please settle in nicely. Be kind to follow us on all our social media platforms at Up You with Ezine on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. We'd love to connect with you and keep the conversation going long after this episode has ended. Please like the stream. It's one way of helping our ministry and it helps us to serve you better. The topic today is confidence building, navigating life's challenges with poise. May I remind you that all episodes of Up You with Ezine are on our YouTube and podcast channels at Up You with Ezine. Be sure to follow us and don't miss a thing. We'd like for you to participate and contribute your thoughts and opinions to the conversation. So stay with us as I bring up our guest, who is already seated in the studio to do justice to today's topic. I told you guys we're going to have a conversation with a certain Bimpe. If you were curious enough, you want to know who she is, you better stay tuned while I bring her up. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Adine Show, and the topic today is confidence building, navigating life's challenges with poise. It's time to bring up our guest. Our guest today is Mrs. Olabimpe Nwabudike, CEO, John Dorothy Hub. Olabimpe Nwabudike is a highly skilled and experienced personal development coach and an etiquette consultant with years of experience in the field. She possesses exceptional communication and interpersonal skills, as well as a strong attention to detail and ability to help individuals unlock their full potential and navigate the complexity of social interactions. She has worked with clients in a variety of industries, including business, hospitality, education, and now sports. As the CEO of John Dorothy Hub School of Etiquette, Big Ben's dedication is to provide workshops, coaching sessions, and tailored exercises to facilitate personal growth and transformation across every facet of life that extends far beyond just improving etiquette. Bimpe finds it immensely rewarding to witness the positive impact her work has on the lives of her clients as they gain the skills and the confidence needed to navigate the complexities of modern life with grace and authenticity. I love those two words, grace and authenticity. Everyone world over, please join me to welcome the calm, the confident Bigbe to the show today. Good morning,
Oh
Bigbe. How
my.
are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. I'm very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for this space. I am honored to be here, so thank you very, very much. And I can't wait for us to get down and talk about confidence. And it's amazing that,
Oh,
you know, in my bio,
go
my
ahead.
bio has confidence and authenticity, and we're going to talk about confidence and authenticity in our discussion today. So it's quite interesting. Yes.
Do you see how it works out? Yeah?
Tell me about
Okie
it.
dokie.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Azine. And today we are discussing confidence. Again, we are discussing confidence, building confidence, and then navigating life challenges with poise. Big Bear is super ready, and so we roll. So, Big Bear, tell us, what's your perspective to today's topic?
In my perspective, confidence is the silent force that propels us through the tapestry of life. It's one of those building blocks a person should have to navigate life. And life throws so many, situations at us. And how do we go about it? Do we cower? Are we timid? Do we let it overwhelm us? Or do we rise and deal with those things? And when you rise, it's all about confidence. It allows us to it's a personal endeavor. Some people are lucky to be born with it, and some school of thought will say, well, it's not you're not born with it. You just along the line you just acquire and build on it. But you'll be surprised to see that some people are actually born with confidence. They just come out and they're super. In fact, some people are called generals or bishops, and they're given this title right from a baby age because they already exude that kind of traits in them. And some we just have to build and build and build and build until you get to a place where you are super confident of yourself. So that's my perspective of confidence we're going to deal with today.
Wow. Wow. I couldn't have defined it better. And thank you for your definition because it makes it even clearer. You said it's a silent force that propels us through life. A silent
Yeah.
force. So it's not as if it's a gree bam bam. It's not as if it's something that, it's almost even intangible. Wow. A silent force. And then you also said it was a building block, you know.
Yes.
It's amazing. For me, I think of confidence as the key to everything.
Mm.
If you have confidence, if you are confident, then you can actually look a storm in the eye and say, you know what?
Yeah.
Bring it on, I'm here. But then that's your job to
Absolutely.
tell us what's going on. I actually like the fact that you think people are born confident. And I'm going to take you up on that because I read in my science class, maybe, I don't know if science has progressed, but in my science class when I was in secondary school, I read that the children always come tabula rasa, empty,
Mm.
So,
Yes.
if that is the case, how come you're saying, or there's a school of thought that people are born confident? Is I don't get it because I think that confidence is something that you learn, that you pick up, that is built into someone.
Okay, I will take my son for instance.
Hmm.
I when he was born, he was like couple of weeks, and some babies are not meant to raise up their head at a couple of weeks being out of the womb, and he will
Hmm.
raise his head up, and As soon as he does that, and he'll be watching, he's meant to be sleeping, but his head is up. And he's watching everybody, looking at everything. And then from nowhere, my auntie calls him, labels him Bishop. And then that progressed. He entered nursery school. For the first time, the PE teacher sees my son. He calls him General. And then along the line, in his class in nursery, so he's a case study. I will use him as a case study. And then as a child. And when he was in nursery one, he had a couple of friends. And his name is Lamar, and they had some friends that were David, Jonathan, and they will make fun that he was the leader and the others were, friends, So some children, I don't know how they are. God works in mysterious ways we cannot fathom. Some children are born. I believe some children are just born. There's natural, it's just yes, they can be empty vessels. And as they grow, things are being put in them. That is why it's so, one has to, parents and the society at large have to be careful about children because they're like sponges, they absorb. It could be that maybe in the home, there's so many confident people around and therefore he imbibed it. But then how do you explain him from baby? And immediately he was labeled all of that. He was too young for any traits to be shown. So I think, and I do believe that certain children, certain individuals just have this in them. Not every individual are the same, but then, yes.
Okay, well, I'm still going to drag you because you know that the children in the womb, they hear. Children in the womb, they hear.
They do.
So
yes,
when you speak to them, when they hear the conversations around the house, they can pick up the strength of confidence that you as a parent has. If you're fearful while pregnant, the possibility of you bringing forth a fearful child is 100%.
True.
So I think that. Okay. On that note, I have won. Let's move on.
We can close that one.
Don't mind me. I'm cracking up here. Okay. So, what role does confidence play in navigating life's challenges, and how can individuals cultivate it effectively? Because we just go ahead, my darling. Go ahead. Okay. I said because we just set the table that it can be cultivated. So, what role does it play, and how can it be cultivated?
Okay, so let's first of all, let me kind of define what is confidence. In simple terms, confidence is feeling sure of yourself and your abilities. Confidence isn't about feeling superior to others. It is quiet inner knowledge that you're capable. Confident people feel secure rather than insecure. Confidence should not be confused with arrogance. Because when people exude that confidence in them and it's showing in their aura, people think, are you arrogant? But you're not. You're just confident of yourself, your being, your abilities, your capabilities, your delivery, and all of that. We'll talk about the arrogance part much later in much as we go along. So let me not talk about arrogance now, but let's just talk about focus on confidence. Now, how are these building blocks we can use? Now, we know that confidence means what roles does confidence play in navigating life's challenges? And in a person's life, the impact in the person's life in relationships, career, resilience, decision-making, effective communication, positive mindset, social interactions, and overall well-being. So these are just a few I could pick up and then we can talk about each one. Now, in resilience, confident individuals tend to quickly and easily come back from setbacks because they are resilient. They don't give up. They keep continuing. They're not timid. They're not coward. They just continue. They look at the challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, which helps them keep on the face of difficulties. So at the face of difficulties, at the face of setbacks, they don't run away from it. They go head on and they're resilient. And that resilience has to do with confidence. Confidence is the one that pushes them to make sure that the setbacks don't overwhelm them, but they are ready to deal with and tackle that challenge that pops up. In decision making, a confident person are better at decision making because they trust their abilities. There's a trust in them. They know what they are capable of and they know what they can deliver. They are ready to gamble and take risk. They hardly second guess themselves, they just do it. Effective communication, and that means effective communication, able to relate with people, able to talk, able to have engagement with people around them. Confident individuals are clearly assertive with conviction, which translates into personal and professional interactions. It means that when they're in an office setting or in a business setting or any other setting, they thrive. They are not intimidated by the powerhouse in that room. They too know that I can stand, I can talk, I can deliver. And at the social gathering, they're not also intimidated by Mr. Lagbaja, Mr. Adams, Mr. All these high society people. They're not. For me to be here, I'm also important. For me to be here, I have a say. I'm not going to run and sit in the back and cower down and be intimidated. No, I'm going to stand and I will talk to you and I will engage you. The least anything can happen if you don't want to hear what I have to say, you will just politely excuse yourself and that's it. But that does not mean that I would not have confidence in myself and step up to you. It's like seeing the Queen, well, now is the King of England, King Charles, and you have that opportunity of him being in the room. Am I going to run away because he's there, or am I going to stutter? But I'm going to stand and say hello and all the etiquette mannerisms you're supposed to do to address the king. You should know that anyway, and address him and be confident and deliver your speech. So yeah, so all of that. I could go on. Positive mindset, very important. It starts with the mind. Confidence starts with your mind. It goes hand in hand with confidence. Your mind, confidence. Confidence, your mind. It goes both ways. They believe in their
That
ability
is
to overcome
very
any
important.
challenges. Very, 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 because everything is in the mind. You think you're dumb, it starts in the mind. You think you're sharp, it stands in the mind. And once you start, if you fester negative thoughts, you begin to just start, bringing out those traits and characterism of those negative thoughts that fester. They believe in their ability to overcome any challenge that comes their way. They do not give room for any negativity to linger in their minds. It is not fed. It cannot cope in that environment. A confident person will not allow negativity to fester in their mind. As soon as it comes, they recognize it and they shut it down immediately. So everything
Whoa.
is in the mind. Yes, it's in the
Whoa,
mind.
that's a whole lot
Um,
of nuggets you reeled out there. Um, Thank you to everyone that is helping us put it in the stream so that we can look at it later. That's a whole lot of nuggets, and I must say thank you to you. Hamda said this sounds like the nature versus nature debate. My view
yes.
is that it's not entirely one way or the other. I believe most people demonstrate the effects of varying levels of both. And she was referring to our earlier
You
debate
are
on whether you are
confident,
born confident or you learn confident.
acquire. Yeah.
Okay, good. Um, all of what you've said, all of what you've enumerated is interesting and illuminating for me. But I'm going to hang my bag on confidence and your mind.
Okay.
Confidence and your mind. If you're confident, it starts from your mind. It's
Absolutely.
always first within, then without. Yes. So it
Yes.
starts from your
Yes.
mind. And then when you were talking, I'm going to take you back to the initial things you said. You said
Okay.
confidence is not the same thing as arrogance.
Yes.
You said confidence is not the same thing as arrogance. So we're
Yes.
going to come to that. But you see, so tell us, what did you mean by that? What's the difference between being confident and being arrogant?
Arrogance has a trait of being confident. It's an air. But the only problem with arrogance is that it deems other people. It does not elevate. It tends on being
Mm,
proud. Pride
mm,
now sets in.
mm.
You're confident, but you shut people down. I know more than you. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
talk more than me. So pride
So
comes in.
arrogance is more on the show off. Arrogance is more on me, myself, and I.
And
Arrogance is more of it's got to be my way or the high street.
wait, yes, yes, yes. So those are the two
You
difference.
know,
Confidence is
arrogance
just
is taking confidence overboard.
yes to the end of the spectrum. Yes, and that's where you now have pride
Yeah.
and being disrespectful on that level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That brings me to a very question that I really want to ask you, and that is: most women come across as confident. Most women, we're gorgeously dressed, we look nice, we speak well, we have the comportment, we have the poise, we're well put together. But we suffer from impostor syndrome, which to me is like a lack of confidence. Where I will
Mm,
say, oh, Bimpe, you are actually a superstar. You say, who, me? Are you talking to me? Is it me?
mm, mm,
So how do we get there? Why do we get there? Because sometimes you actually know that compliment is yours, but somehow you're looking at the society and what they will say, and so you play it down. And if you do it often
mm.
enough, it becomes a part of your get up.
Yes,
And before you know it,
absolutely.
you go on the other
You
spectrum of
become
confidence. You're sliding,
yes,
gradually,
yes,
to the point that when we say, oh,
yes.
Bimpe, we've elected you the woman leader for all of us in Nigeria, you say, no, not me, I can't do it. You
Not
guys
me.
don't know
I
me.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, absolutely.
Why are we
You're
like
correct
why are
with
we like
that
that?
analogy. I think it also has to do with the society as well. Especially as an African, we tend to, on the pedestal scale of pedestal, we have the men as leaders, and we've seen men as leaders. But now in today's society, women are coming up big and fast. But in the African culture, the man is the top, and so the woman has now refrained to become submissive and downplay her attributes, downplay her strengths. So, and also, she's not, her accolades are not given. So she could be packaged well, but as a human being, we have different aspects in us that make us us. And when you lack that, when people say, oh, you look lovely, we can take that because that's a physical thing. And we can look in the mirror and we can say, yeah, we look good. Yeah. But when it comes to the inner characteristics of people, and they say, oh, you're confident, say no, it's not, it can't be me, like you said, it can't be me. And how then can you bring someone's confidence up? And one of the reasons one of the suggestions would be continual praise, giving those people accolades, making them self-worth. Your self-worth is very important. Self-worth meaning that, hey, I am confident. I did this. Praises lifts up anybody's aura, lifts up anybody's spirit. And we don't have that enough. So there's always self doubt in the mind of a woman that this can't be me. So therefore, is when you now put her in a place where she has to thrive and she succeeds, she'll be like, oh, I did that. And then the next one, oh, I did that. And then you can see a bit of confidence coming up slowly. And then it now blossoms. And at that point, when it blossoms, she now accepts that I'm confident. And you now see a different aura and change in her demeanor.
Okay. So from what you're saying, because we see what we're discussing now, imposter syndrome, for instance, we see it in the executive series. We
Mm-hmm.
see it in top level management. We see it in
Yeah.
women of great accomplishments.
Yeah.
And if we're still talking about giving comfort to women at that caliber, then we have a big problem. Yeah? Because what now happens with the children, the
Mm.
girl child?
Yeah. It trickles
What
down.
how do we now even get to build the girl child to understand that, you know, they need to have confidence? Because if we don't catch them young, they will end up becoming us now who are trying to learn and imbibe confidence to be confident. Did you get that question?
Oh no, it went off. There was a bit of static there. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So I was saying, if you think of the fact that all of us in our brackets now, maybe between the 40s and 50s and 60s, we're still lacking
Mm,
confidence. In fact, when you see most women, they'll say, "Yay, 40. Life begins at 40. I
mm.
don't care anymore. I'm going to just be authentically me." So for you to be
Me.
saying, "I don't care, I want to be authentically me," means that something was not you all of your year 1 to year 40, that you're just beginning now to try to grow
To start.
confidence and then assert yourself a bit more. So, but I'm
Mm.
saying that we don't have to wait to 40. What are we
True.
going to do to catch our girl children young and to teach them confidence, to be confident about who they are, their ability, and what they bring to the world beyond what we see?
I think there's a shift in the society now. Us in our 40s, 50s, we grew up in an era where it was to be a child is to be seen and not heard. The child doesn't have a voice per se, and only few parents at that time who are, I won't say enlightened because I believe some of us, our parents were educated, sophisticated and all of that, and gave us all the trimmings and all of that. But it was like a code, a silent code where children, especially girls, will be seen and not heard. Sit tight, I will talk in my eyes, and that's it. But now, I think with the new age, is a new buzz with children now and with girls. And I would say there's a voice. They do have a voice. They do say what's on their mind. And I think is this our generation. We're doing a fantastic job in giving our children a voice. So they can come up, they can talk, they can say their mind. Now, we also have a situation where even though when they're saying their mind, how do parents react? Do they shut them down or do they listen and then deal with it? And that's where we are at this point. So for now, they can't talk, they can't speak, they can't say their mind. But how do parents react, or how does the society react to the children when they now say what's on their mind? And that's where we are at this point.
Bimpe, I maybe there's a correlation between being able to speak your mind and being confident in who you are. However, I think that it's also possible for someone to be able to speak and not be confident.
True? Yes. Yeah.
Because
So
you see, the rate at which we're enhancing our bodies,
on that spectrum.
dealing with us today, are you back? Okay, I can see you. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes, I can. I can.
Okay. The rate at which we're enhancing our bodies these days, artificially, not naturally, the rate at which we the rate at which we do not know the answers to what do you bring to the table makes me wonder just how confident we are.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder whether we are teaching these young ones what it means to be confident. Because for me, being confident means being acceptable of who you are, recognizing that you are a person of worth, and recognizing that you are enough, and recognizing that you came wired completely, full option to execute your purpose here on earth. Confidence comes from knowing yourself, knowing your ability.
Yes, absolutely. You're right on that. Um, it's
You know,
it's okay. So it's quite um, disheartening when there is a massive flock of let's because this is a women's channel. Let's talk about women now. A
mm-hmm,
massive flock of women or young girls who feel that for them to be socially acceptable, whether by their peers or whether by men, is by enhancing their bodies.
mm-hmm.
For me, if you are not in a accident and you need cosmetic surgery, I don't think you need it. And it's a lifetime of pain and suffering and maintenance. And those things are not cheap. And when God has given you something free, why do you want to, you know, mess around with it? And when you start doing that, you now start seeing flaws in yourself. Like you said, being confident means your self worth is intact, your peace of mind is intact, and you know who you are. When you know who you are, is a reflection of being how confident you are. When a young girl, and then it's unfortunate because the social media does not help a frail mind, a mind who is not assertive, a mind who is not focused, a mind who doesn't have a positive mindset, that all this artificial enhancement still does not give you confidence. Is a superficial confidence because once you've done the bomb, you feel all right, I can wear my bikini. But then some flaw happens. Oh, my nose is crooked. I need to make it straight. Oh, my lips are too big. I need to make it thin. Then you're just tearing apart your confidence. You have no confidence. At that
Exactly.
point, there's no confidence in you at that point in time. Confidence means I've got juicy lips. God bless me with juicy lips, and I've got it. What makeup? And there's so many makeup tips you can use to make it look smaller, make it look bigger, do the contours, and there's so many things you can do that are non-cosmetic procedures to make you look good at the end of it. If that's what you're looking for, making you look good. But whether you look good or not, that confidence speaks volumes. A woman doesn't need makeup. She just pack her hair and goes for her meeting. But that confidence speaks volume. So it has nothing. Your physical should not be the determinant of your confidence at the end
Thank
of
you
the
very
day.
much. Like you said in the beginning, confidence is a mind thing. It is you
Yes.
accepting yourself and believing in yourself that you're enough and all of that. It's little wonder that people who are confident are sometimes termed as arrogant or boss chicks and all of boss ladies and all of that, because people who are not confident tend to think that the people that are confident are rubbing it up on them. But there
Yeah.
should be a balance in everything. Okay, so
Mm.
let's run. We have
Okay.
a rider to our topic. Now we've set up the stage and we've told you guys what confidence is and what confidence is not. We've told you some of the things that could help you build up your confidence. You need to believe in yourself. You need to praise yourself. You need to go out of your way and do stuff. I'll tell you something, to be able to do public speaking. Many, many years ago, as a youth copper in Kaduna, I bought myself a full length mirror. I mean, people were investing in clothes, but I invested in a full length mirror because somehow I just knew I was going to be doing public speaking. And so I started
Mm.
practicing in front of the mirror. I started practicing and I started, with genuflecting, gesticulation, my hand, everything, my face, what I'm going to be doing with it, and all that. I practiced everything. And this
Mm.
was long before I knew what medium I was going to be speaking, using for my speaking engagements or whatever. I just knew that I had so much inside of me that I could do it. that I needed to pour out to somebody else. And so if I was going to speak to someone, then I had to get comfortable speaking with people. Whether in front of a camera, whether I stream like I'm doing you become, nobody needs to tell you that you've become. You just know that you've become confident and you are comfortable in your skin.
Your
It
skin.
doesn't matter what the next person is saying or doing, you are comfortable in your skin. And that's where every
Absolutely.
woman ought to go to, because you see, the reason why you're not going for the things you want, it's because you lack the confidence. You know, for instance, in the heart of your heart, that you ought to be maybe the head teacher. You know that the head teacher is not anything like you and can't deliver on this job. And in fact, she relies on you to get the job done. But you don't have the
Mm,
confidence to go and ask for the job or to interview for the job.
mm,
And so you just
mm,
stay there and take less than you deserve. We are hoping that by
mm.
the end of this conversation that you go into 2024 asking for exactly what is your
You want.
due, what you know that you're what you know that you can deliver on, so that you don't have to be what? To be to not be
Stay on
satisfied.
the sideline.
Yes, because part of what happens in life is that when you're delivering at less than your capacity, no matter the results you're getting, you are dissatisfied on the inside.
Of
And
course.
that's not a good place
Definitely.
for a woman to be. So now tell me, you teach poise, you teach etiquette. I'm trying very hard so that you can find that I know a little bit of this stuff.
Oh, you're
So,
good. You're good at it.
oh, thank you. You see, she's building my confidence by paying me a compliment. That's what we should be doing for other women as well. So, Bimpe, tell me, how is it even possible for you to be navigating challenges with poise? You're already challenged. There's an adversity,
Mm,
there's a problem, there's something
mm,
that has come to cripple you, kill you, or,
mm.
anything. And then you're
Yeah.
asking me to now have poise on top of the
Poise.
matter. How now?
Yes. um, when you say poise, poise is a borderline on the spectrum of confidence as well. Because
Okay.
when you have confidence, there is a certain air and poise and carriage. So I'll say poise is like carriage as well. You carry yourself with dignity and charm. So that's a bit
Mm.
of a poise level. You have the confidence, but when you add that poise, it's a difference. It's like a cherry on the cupcake. It just gives um, a rounded picture, a nice, pretty picture of you. Because some people can be confident and then they don't have that pizzazz, the panache to make people just give you that extra look, that extra look that, like when you walk into a room, you're like, okay, I see you. I see you. So that's the poise. So that poise. So I will talk about the when you're faced with adversity, how do you carry your poise? And for the poise to come in, you have to learn from the adversity. What is that problem? What is that challenge facing you? What is that? So you need to address the adversity, first of all, address it. Then you now start proclaiming the positive affirmations on it. Again, back to your mindset, positive affirmations, visualize the success, self compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say I lost this. Yes, a few minutes of being bitten is fine because we're human, but don't dwell in it. Don't sink in it. Don't say that all is lost. You get up, you dust your shoulders, and then more like having compassion on yourself. Show compassion to yourself. Nobody's perfect. Rise up again and move. Build a support system is very important because those support system helps in elevating you, uplifting you. In that down moment when you're going through the adversity, that is when you need your support system that helps you. It more or less tends your garden of poise, tends your garden of
Mm,
confidence.
mm,
So I call those, for me, is like having a village. There are different people in my village, my personal village now, my own support system. There are different people that make up my village. And that village helps me with my confidence, how to deal with my adversity. Something may come up and I'll ask one of my village people and I say, my support block, my support system now. And I'll say, I'm going through this, how and I'm down right now. So in my village, you should have someone who's there for compassion, someone who's uplifting you, somebody who is going to fight with you, somebody who is going to be the one to talk smack with you. So there are a whole lot of aspects that help to give you that poise. So when you come out in the face of adversity, your backbone is strong and your posture is straight. And that helps you, face adversity. Maintain a growth mindset. Don't dwell in that level. Grow. Let your mindset grow. It helps. Your physical well being also is very important. Learn to exercise, learn to eat right. Even if you are a sweet tooth or you're a junk food person, know that there is a place and time for those things. Nourish your body. Take care of your body because nobody wants to sit next to a person who is smelling. Nobody wants to sit next to a person that has body odor. Nobody wants to sit next to a person that has a mouth odor. Nobody wants to sit with a person that is not dressed properly. Even though you're confident, you must have that poise. You must have that courage with you. And the people that warms people to you, that attracts people to you is important. Reflect on your achievements. When you go down the roll call of your achievements, it gives you instant confidence that, yeah, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. During your adversity, it helps you build your confidence. It helps you bring up that poise, that courage that indeed I can do this. So, yes.
I like your choice of words, honestly. It's very deliberate. I think, I suspect. I like it. When you talk about a spectrum, so we know that this whole thing is not just one sport, it's just a whole range of sport, yeah? So you
Yes.
grow from this, and then you add on this, and then you add
Yes.
on this. So it's a
Yeah.
becoming kind of thingy. You just keep
Yeah.
becoming, layering it on until
Yeah.
one day you look back from where you're coming, and you say, oh my God, it's been a journey, but here I am, super
Yeah.
confident and
Yeah.
tackling everything. I like that. I also like the fact that there's a garden of poise.
Yeah.
I'm certainly coming to learn more on that because I don't think that we have the time to take all of that now on the show. But the fact is, women, listen, the reason the reason you didn't get that contract could just be because you lacked poise. The
Yeah.
reason you were not admitted into that room might just be because you lacked poise.
Yeah.
So we need poise. We need that extra factor, that thing that makes people say, who are you?
Yeah.
Where have you been all our life? Whether you're going
Mm.
through adversity or not, you must come wrapped up. Oh my goodness, it's
Yeah.
just ministering to me. And I'm like, oh my God, you must come wrapped up in confidence and in poise. Because let me tell you something, it
Yes.
sounds very wicked, but people do not like doing things for people who do not look like they are successful.
Absolutely.
So you must
It's
have to
a
learn it. You must have to learn to have
yeah.
the confidence. You must have to learn to have the poise. You must learn it so that you can sit down and then put across who you are to your publics.
Mm-hmm.
2024 is around the corner, and you need to, if whatever you need to learn now, you better start right now to learn it so that by the time you get into 2024, you are a new woman, you are confident, and you are ready to go on your journey, tackling it. Remember, she said it's a spectrum. So don't beat yourself too hard if you don't have everything at once. but start now so that you're
Yeah.
not going to hide behind. If you used to sit behind or in events or in
Move.
gatherings, move to the front. Tell yourself,
You see.
2024, I'll sit in front.
Yeah.
I won't sit
I
at the
do.
back. Some people
Yeah.
naturally just come into a gathering and sit at the back.
And the
Then
back.
if you run 2023 without ever opening your mouth to make a contribution in anything, anywhere, tell yourself, 2024, I'm going to raise my hand. I'm
Yeah.
going to say what I want to say. See,
Yeah.
only one or two things can happen. Either they agree with you or they don't agree with you. Either way, it doesn't change your name.
No, it doesn't.
So you might as well just have your say instead of you going home from that event and saying, I would have said this thing, or maybe somebody else now says something like you wanted to say, and you say,
To say.
that's what I wanted to say. No, we can't hear your mind, but
You
we
have to
can
be
hear your
intentional.
voice. Exactly. So you need to be intentional about yourself. You need to love up on yourself and say to yourself, even if you're starting out small, I will speak in 2024.
Yeah.
I will be
Oh, yes.
seen in
Seen.
2024. I will be heard
Yeah.
in 2024.
Word.
I will be present in
Yeah.
my present in 2024. I won't wake up in any 24
Absolutely.
hours and not know what I'm doing in it. No matter what
Mm-hmm.
the adversity is, no matter what the
Yeah.
stress is, no matter what the pressure is, you see, these 24 hours I've been given, I will be present in it and I will put
You
my
need.
stamp in it. That is another way
Boom.
of
That's
building
it.
confidence. Because the truth
Yeah.
is, if we are not confident, we won't raise confident daughters. Some
No.
other person will teach our children what it means to be confident. And it may not be the kind of confidence we want them to have.
Confident you want. Yes.
So you've got to do this for yourself. You've got to do it for your children, both girls and boys. We need to raise confident children because the world is
Absolutely.
getting tougher.
Yeah.
And there is no place for children who can't confidently speak their minds, say what they want, and go for what they want. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Yeah.
back to you, Big Bear. Time
There's
is flying. You see, when we're having
it
conversation,
is
and
honestly.
time is
we haven't even gone halfway, I think.
yes. Okay. So now tell me. Let's quickly run to authenticity.
Okay.
How can you
Okay.
align authenticity with building confidence?
Oh,
How are they
that's a
even
good one.
related?
How are they related? Okay, hold on. I wrote my notes down. Just give me one second. I don't lose my train of thoughts or talk
Not
and
at
miss.
all.
So just give me.
What is the
Yeah.
relationship between authenticity and confidence?
Aha. Yes. Okay.
While we're waiting for you, I'd like to say hello to the people in the stream.
Give
Oh,
me a
a lot of
break.
people are here. I think the battle and victory for confidence starts in the mind. Yes, Mufumi, you're correct on that. Julia, thank you for loving the stream. Love Agam, confidence is built up from the day you are born. The people that surround you matter. Exactly, your community, your network, like Bimpe said. Um, Biodun Oloake, confidence is the foundation of exactly the sum total
Mm-hmm.
of who you are is actually rooted
You got it.
in the kind of confidence that you exhibit. Are you
You.
ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so what has confidence
Okay. That
got to
was.
do with authenticity?
Okay, so this is it. So confidence is feeling secure about your abilities, like we said
Mm-hmm,
earlier.
mm-hmm,
Authenticity is having a keen awareness of who you are. That means you know.
mm, mm,
Is a keen, is intentional, is keen. That's why I made to write, that's why I had to do my notes because I knew I had a specific keyword there. You are keen awareness of who you are and what you stand for. Expressing yourself honestly. So there's no air about you. You stand in your truth, basically. You
So,
know,
so honestly, part of building confidence is you being authentic.
authentic. Yes.
And part of you being authentic is in you knowing who you are.
You-
This is almost becoming like a chicken and egg something. which comes before, yeah, which comes before
Yes,
which. But the fact is that the
yes,
ingredients are the same. You must
same.
know yourself. You must be
Absolutely.
authentic. I can't
Yeah,
in as much as I love Bimpe and I love to be like Bimpe, I can't be an authentic Bimpe
yeah.
because it means that I have left Ezine and I'm now morphing into Bimpe. But what
Yeah.
I could do is to study myself. And if there are things
And
in
bring-
myself or traits in myself that I don't have, that Bimpe has that I love, I can learn that from her to add to myself. Not that I
Mm,
completely throw away myself and
mm,
become Bimpe. So it's
yeah.
important that you're authentically yourself. It's important that you also love yourself enough.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because if it, I think that the reason why I wouldn't want to be Ezine is because I do not like Ezine.
That's it. And that's why you do cosmetic surgeries.
Yes, because if I like Ezine, why do I want to change Ezine?
Yeah.
The most I would do is to enhance Ezine, to make Ezine even better
That's
than
me.
she is,
Is
instead of completely reworking Ezine
you.
such that those who knew Ezine before would be wondering, is that
Who are you?
Ezine at all?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Who are
And
you?
nobody wants anybody to ask them that question, who are you?
Mm-mm. Who are you?
Oh my God. Someone taught me many years ago, the person said, who you are and who you say you are and who the people say you are must always align at every
Lying.
point in time.
Yeah.
And that's the way I define authenticity. If I
Yeah.
say I'm Ezine, I'm female, Bimpe should be able to say she's Ezine, she's female. And
Yeah.
then the whole world should be able to agree, oh, she's
I agree
Ezine,
that's
she's
female.
female.
Not a
Yes.
cis female, but 100% female.
Are you aware that there are 45 ways of categorizing
Honestly, I don't understand.
gender
It's
right now in
ridiculous.
America?
It's ridiculous.
And
It's
that's why we're
ridiculous.
talking about confidence, because you see, if you're not confident, you now say that you is then female
Honestly,
or a cis female
cis
or
female.
whatever else they're trying to foist on
No,
you.
they call us the 100% female, cis female.
Yeah.
So they're calling us cis female. And no, we're
I don't
not. I'm
no,
female.
I am not a cis female. I'm female.
No, I'm female. Deal with
I
it.
don't need any
You are
other
a
thing to
man.
qualify it. I am female. I enjoy being female. I am fully female.
Mhm.
God Almighty, who made me female, understands what He was doing. He knew what He was doing when He made me female. So I do not want
Mm.
to change to any other thing. And it takes confidence for you to be able to do that, because if we are to believe what we read in the books in the Bible, a time will come when we may be forced to make some declarations that if we're not confident in ourselves, we will not be able
Yeah.
to stand for what we know is the truth.
Mm.
And so we need to
Absolutely.
teach women this confidence.
It is
Yes.
very important. It's very
Yes.
because
So Adebayo says one can enhance oneself. Yes, one can.
yeah, of
You can
course.
change some attitudes, you can learn new behavioral change, you can get a
Oh
new
yes.
mindset, but you can do all of that. But we are saying do not alter yourself in such a way that even you, when you look at yourself in the mirror,
You don't
you
know who
will
you
not
are.
know that it's you. Do not
Yes.
do that to yourself, because that is a
Yes.
disservice.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just bring us to a wrap, yes, because time has really flown.
Um,
Don't worry,
honestly,
we can do this again next time, yeah.
we
But
should.
let's try to
We should.
let, let's try to wrap up now. Are there some practical
Yeah.
exercises on or mindset shifts that you can tell us that we can individually adopt to boost our
Oh
confidence
yes.
level? Please, can you
Mm-hmm.
teach us a few that we have something practical to go home with?
Okay. Okay. So in fact, I wrote quite a bit. So I will do my best to run through as many as I can, as many as the time can allot me. I will.
Yes,
So
please.
one, don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare
Very
yourself
key.
to others. Stay
Don't
true
compare
to
yourself to
yourself.
others.
No, God created you. No two DNAs are the same. No twins are the same. Everybody is different. That's how God made it. Our fingerprints is a unique one for a reason. So you are
Mm-hmm.
you. Do not compare yourself with anybody. Develop
Yeah.
the habit of gratitude. Be happy
Oh, wow.
of who you are. Have gratitude. shape your self-image. You can do it. It's a physical, not by cosmetic surgery, of course, but your self-image, the what you want people to see, the projection. If you were a bum wearing jeans, tattered jeans, like for instance, in the airport, I was traveling one time, and some girl had this jeans jacket, but by the time she turned around, it was shredded. I won't listen to anything she has to say. I wouldn't. Your
Dress
image
as
is
you would
very
like to be
important.
addressed.
Boom, that's it. It's very, very important. Let me just put a little tidbit there. There was a time when I went for a leather show, and the lady, she has this lovely, big, exclusive leather bags. I can't remember her name now. And at the end of the show, everybody was round her. This comes with confidence and poise intertwined. And I asked her, please, I need you, can I have your number? And she looked at me like, and everybody was all around her. And she looked at me like, you know how some people will size you up and look you down, you know. And then she looked at me and she was like, okay, I'll give you my number. Confidence and poise. And there was something you said about be intentional about to be heard, be intentional to be seen. And that is it. Be intentional. Be generous and kind. Walk towards positive thinking. Thinking negative thoughts about yourself. I can't do this. It can't be me. I can't say this. I can't do this. I can't. And the devil is putting all manner of negativity in your head and you're enjoying it. You will not move forward. Once you start picking up positive thinking, it starts changing your mind. It starts with your environment. Is your room dirty? Is your house dirty? Is your house cluttered? Is this bad? Is myself, do I need to change? Am I always nagging? Am I always on my truth? Am I always shouting? Am I always this? Am I always that? Start cleaning out your cupboard. Start cleaning out yourself and be positive in thinking. Prepare well and trust your presentation. Believe in yourself. Build a supportive group. I said it already. Set small but achievable goals. Small, and by the time you start setting small, achievable goals, before you know it, you're setting big goals for yourself. Change the way you think. Again, back to your mindset. Avoid procrastination. That is a killer. Procrastination equals laziness. You have to kill it. Emotional control. That too plays a part in it. Practice your posture. Now, this is a physical one. Practice your posture, tone of voice, carriage, your manners, your handshake, eye contact. Use the 80-20 rule, meaning someone's have 80% eye engagement and 20% off from the person. So the person doesn't feel intimidated by you. Give the person some breathing space. Know your weakness, understand it, and deal with it. Speak your truth. Overcome shyness. Overcome being shy. Learn to talk. Take a step back to gain perspective. Where am I? Understand where you are. Be present. Don't live in a fool's paradise. Know your weakness and understand it's normal, it's part of life, and empower your strength as the focal point. I can go on. So let me just, I know time is going, so let me just keep this here. And I hope
It's
I can
fine.
go
Thank
on.
you so much. You've said so much. You said so much. Thank you, everyone, also who's been here long enough with us. If you remember, some of the
Yeah.
things we started with was, um, do you have confidence? We said is the key that
Yes.
unlocks many opportunities in life. Do you have confidence as a woman?
Mm.
You have to ask yourself this question and answer it for yourself before you enter into year 2024. It's becoming harder and tougher and challenging. And so you must cultivate confidence to be able to open doors that have been hitherto closed to you. You need confidence to walk into rooms that you never thought you could walk into before. You need confidence
Yeah.
to find yourself in places where, as of today, it looks like you wouldn't be there. But I challenge you today to dare to dream and to begin to work on your confidence quotient so that you'll be able to do and surpass yourself in
Yeah.
2024. And so we asked
Mm.
again, do you believe in yourself? Or are you just one of those people just cruising? I mean, wherever the wind tosses you is just quite fine. It tosses you today in Agege, you're okay. If it takes you to Lekki,
Mm.
you're just fine. Or are
Mm.
you sitting down and saying to yourself, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to pursue, this is the way I'm going to run. I'm going to run on the express and not on the narrow roads. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to run on
Yeah.
fully tarred roads and not on the bumpy ones. I mean, these are decisions
No.
that you
No
can make
anymore.
for yourself. Yeah. Do you trust in your abilities? Or do you think that what you're trying to do is too big for you to chew? So you need to have a certain trust in yourself and in your abilities for you to be able to deliver on some things that are important to you in the coming year. Do you have faith in your
Mm.
journey, no matter how it looks like in this 2023, no matter what is you're going through, no matter what you've been through? Do you have faith that you're going to come out, at your expected end, that is all going to be good at the end of the day? Yes, we are tailing
Mm.
out of a year and we are tailing into a new year as well. So, how you finish determines how you're going to start. And so, I pray that you
Yeah.
finish strong so that you can also start off strong. You know, can you navigate life and its challenges with poise? It's very important that you get it. You know, Bimpe has shared some very interesting stories with us. I mean, even a story of with a whole lot of people surrounding an individual, her voice rang out with poise and authenticity. Can I have your number?
Mm.
And the person looked up and looked at her and said, out of this multitude, you're the only one asking. There must be something to you. There must be a reason why you're asking. And the person goes, I'll give it to you. Sometimes that which you don't even think would happen if you take this first step of faith. You just need to take that first step and open your mouth confidently and ask. You'll be amazed at the avalanche of hell opportunities
Mm.
that will come your way. Dear women, it's important that we wrap up the year in praise. That's why I'm particularly very happy that Bimpe said we need to practice gratitude. To be confident, we need to practice
Mm.
gratitude. It's amazing
Yeah.
because you see, I used to be of the school of thought, that if there's nothing to be grateful for, there's nothing to be grateful for. You don't have to force it. But you see,
Mm.
every book I've read, most women I've had conversation with will tell you, you need to be grateful.
Yeah.
And one day it hit me a long time ago, nearly 18 years ago. I was working with a woman. I was furnishing her house. And we were sitting in her kitchen, I will not forget. And then she started talking to me about gratitude.
Mm.
And then she said, oh, that she was at a very low point in her life, very low point, nothing was working, and she didn't know what to do or how to do or what to fix it, And then one day she now sat down in her house and she started saying, God, I'm grateful. I'm grateful
Mm.
for life. I'm grateful for
Mm-hmm.
my doors, that they secure
Mm.
me. I'm grateful for
Mm.
my storehouse, that there is food in the
Mm.
storehouse. I'm grateful for
Mm.
my tap, that water flows from
Mm.
it. I'm grateful. She was just
Mm.
going on. And I was sitting down there saying, well, I don't, you have
I
time.
beg.
You're grateful for door, call,
Mm-hmm.
door, knee. You're grateful for this, that. It's because you're rich. I said, it's because
Yeah.
you're rich. These are no
Mm-hmm.
issues for you.
Yeah.
So,
These are
madam, you
not
don't
the
understand
issues.
my problem. I was saying it in
Mm.
my mind, though. I said, you don't understand my
Mind.
problem. My problem now is not your problem. You can continue to thank God for your
Problem.
dog.
You can't go for your
But my
dogs.
own now is, let us finish this business and I'll be going. But you see, 4 years ago, I remembered that conversation and I said,
Vision. It hits
thank
you.
you, Lord, for coming 18 years before I needed this to teach it to me.
Mm.
And so I switched. I
Mm.
started doing the same thing I laughed at the
Look at
woman
that.
for. Father, I
Yeah.
thank you that there is
Yes.
makeup to cover the wrinkles on my face. I'm grateful that I have
Hmm.
clothes to wear. I'm
Yeah.
grateful that there is food to eat. And you see, before I get to number five,
I mean,
gratitude, well, that is real joy wells up inside of me. And I'm like, this thing
yes,
is like magical. And
it
nobody is
is.
teaching it to women like this. It doesn't matter what
Hmm.
you're going through. Just start to
Mm-mm.
count what you're grateful
Your
for. Even
blessings.
if it's the
Yeah.
mundane, you will
Hmm.
find some kind of joy come inside of you. And some kind of
Yeah.
energy will overtake you. And you will just jump up with confidence and strength that you don't even know where it's coming from. And people will be
Hmm.
saying, is that not the person that was crying 5 minutes ago?
True.
So,
True.
women, no matter whatever we do or do not do this year, let us end this year in praise and in gratitude because many are gone
Hmm.
and we are still here.
Yeah.
In whatever state, let's be grateful.
Be grateful.
Pinkman, do you have any last words you want to share with us before I say thank you and bye bye to you?
Um, yes, why not? It's been quite a journey, and we've talked about confidence and authenticity and poise. And going into 2024, my dear women, you can do it. Is achievable. Don't let anybody dull you. No, don't let anybody sit on your shine. You're a
Mm,
wonderful person. You are
mm,
amazing. God created you to be an amazing figure. God created you to be wonderful and splendid. And go
mm.
out there and dominate 2024. I know if you're in Nigeria, the economic situation is not situating, but as we've said, gratitude, do a roll call of your gratitude and let that be your building block of your spine. And that will create your poise and courage. And you know you can definitely surmount any adversity, challenge, stress in your marriage, in your relationship, in your children. You can do it with confidence and have a voice. You can, I mean, when I mean have, don't be rude, don't be disrespectful, don't be naggy, don't be shouty. You can do it with panache. So
With
2024
panache,
is all on
she
you.
says. With pizzazz, she says, you can do it. You can add that
You can do
cherry
it.
on the cupcake. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is so amazing. I'm going to come and sit at your feet and learn how to talk like you just talked. Man, because my head is just like, mm, 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 mm. And I'm sure it's the same for every woman that is listening to you. We're all feeling very good and, really, really beefed up. Thank you,
Mm.
Bimpe, for coming on the show. We really,
It
truly
was
enjoyed having this
amazing pleasure.
conversation with you.
Thank
And
you.
I will be calling on you again because we still have a lot to talk about that we haven't talked about. So
Yes.
please just consider me your regular hustler.
Yay.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
This is the much we can take today as we wrap on this show. It's always a pleasure to spend an hour and some with you every week, to catch up with ourselves, to ginger ourselves, to make ourselves keep going onwards, upwards, and higher, forwards, up you every time. So it's important that we do all that we have to do to cultivate confidence. It's very, very important that we do what? We do all that we can to cultivate confidence. Because when we have confidence, then we can look at anything in the face and circumvent it and overcome it and become all that we're supposed to be. So this is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezine. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Up You with Ezine. Get copies of our books, When Adversity Strikes, Fight, and of course, Up You. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week. Starting with you, our dear listeners, our guests, the amazing Up You team. You all stay strong, stay blessed, stay lifted. Remember, it's all about you finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezine Kufre Kanem. Until I come your way next week, is up you. Bye for now.